have chips and salsa, and our tacos, and our rice, and all of these types of carbs, try to choose one and limit it to that one carb. And load up on those veggies, again, like the density of each bite that we talked about. Chinese, same type of thing, load up on veggies. Portion control is huge, really, really, really large entrees with Chinese generally. Choose the grilled meats, not the fried meats. So if you got, I'm trying to think of what it's called. Like if you got like teriyaki chicken, but it's grilled chicken, would be better than something like orange chicken, because orange chicken generally is like a fried chicken, which is in an orange sauce. And then choose for the ones that are less saucy, or if the sauce is thinner, it looks thinner, normally it's going to be a little bit healthier for you, generally. Italian, add salad, limit those noodles, grilled meats, red sauces over the white sauces, just switching those in. So this is the kicker for me. This is a really huge soapbox of mine, so I will do my best to not get on it too much. But there's a lot of foods out there that are unhealthy, but they're disguised as healthy. Thanks to marketing and advertisements, they're really good at making us think that these unhealthy foods are healthy. A couple of years ago, I teach a class at the YMCA once a week, and I was talking with one of the members, and she was like, "So, Sarah, I was trying to come up with a healthy breakfast option, and I think if I have a piece of toast with Nutella in the morning, like that's really healthy, right? Because Nutella is just from hazelnuts, so it's just like, healthy for you." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, like no, don't do that." But she was honestly coming from a place where she truly thought it was healthy. And if you look at the advertisements, when Nutella first came out, like they made it look like it was really healthy, because that's what they try to do with us. So I'm not saying fruit juices and smoothies are bad for you. I'm just saying be aware of them. There's some smoothies out there that are really healthy. There's some smoothies out there that are like made with ice cream and juice, and it's a milkshake, right? It's not actually a smoothie. So just be careful of what types of ingredients make up your smoothies. Smoothies are a great option. It just depends on how they're made. Sometimes we get into thinking that if a food is organic or gluten-free or if it's vegetarian, it means that they are healthy. It could be. It also could not be. I could make you gluten-free brownies with chocolate chips in them. Does that mean that it's healthy just because it's gluten-free? No, of course not. You can, depending on what type of vegetarian you are, you could have an egg bake with, an inch of cheese on top, and it would still be vegetarian because there's no meat in it, but that's not healthy for you. Just like we shouldn't think just because something has gluten or if it's inorganic or root foods that they're necessarily unhealthy for you. If you have a gluten intolerance, it's completely different, but sometimes we get into that. Multigrain and wheat bread, sometimes we think that multigrain is the same thing as whole grain. Multigrain is better than white bread because it has more fiber in it and it's more complex, but if you would buy multi-grain bread from the store, it's not the same thing as 100% whole wheat. The only way to know if something is actually whole wheat is if you look at the ingredient list. The very first ingredient has to be whole wheat flour or whole wheat, whatever it is that's making it up for you. Okay? If that's not the first ingredient, then it's not actually a whole grain. Unless if the first ingredient is water and the second one is whole wheat, then it's still a whole grain. Okay? We talked about salads, talked about sandwiches, restaurant muffins. Those are seriously like 4 muffins packed into one, right? Chips and salsa, we talked about limiting those. Sweet potato fries. Sometimes we think, well, I'm not going to order the regular fries, I'll order the sweet potato fries because sweet potatoes are better for you than regular potatoes. Yes, but they're still deep fat fried. Deep fat fried. It's like if you have fried mushrooms or fried cauliflower, it's still fried, right? So tricks of the trade. Portion control, which I know we've really hammered in today. So important. To be completely honest, my husband and I on Sunday I did the Good Life Halvesy with my brother, and my husband was painting all of our basement the whole weekend. So Sunday night we were just wiped and we were like, we have to go to Applebee's, like we just have to. So we went to Applebee's. I got their most standard burger with no cheese. I cut it in half before I got it, and then I ate half of it, and I left the other half. Because I have to do that. I know if I don't cut it in half, I will eat the whole thing, so I have to cut it in half. So those types of things, just using those tricks, you can still go out just knowing those tricks of what to do. Always be wary of sauces, creams, cheeses, too many carbs, fried foods, salads. I always get the dressing on the side, which a lot of times people do. But then I was with somebody, just made me like sick to my stomach. I was with somebody who asked for dressing on the side, and first of all, it came out in like a soup bowl, the dressing did. But then they just poured over it, all of it over their salad. And I was like, well, really? I mean, why do you ask for it on the side then? Is that just to make yourself feel better or what? If you get your dressing on the side, what I do is I either dip my fork in the dressing first and then I take a bite of my salad. So I just get a little bit of dressing with it, or I'll get my salad and then just dip a little bit into the dressing. That way you're only using what you actually need. You'll be surprised how much less dressing you need and how your flavor is still all there. Don't drink your calories. Set down your fork every couple of bites. This is not a race to see who can finish the quickest. If we can prolong the time that we're eating, we're going to usually eat less. Try to drink water throughout it. Drink some water throughout all of it, and that'll help you quite a bit. All right, guys, and then we have all of my millions of sources, because like I said, I was a little bit of a nerd in college. But anyways, hopefully that gives you guys some good tricks and gives you just more of a perception on everything, know more of the whole picture, and that you take away from today. We can eat out, we just have to be informed about it, and we can absolutely do it healthfully. We just have to go into it knowing what we're getting ourselves into. Any questions that you guys have? We are at like 2 minutes long. We're right at 9 o'clock. Any other questions you guys have? Okay.